Well, I'm a very curious person, and that curiosity really is, I think, at the basis for all the kinds of things that I like to try and experiment with and attempt, and we have a good time doing it. It's not so much being driven as much as being interested in a lot of different things. I really encourage them, if they have a great idea, to run with it. Find ways to finance, find ways to build, find ways to market. Every business has, and I don't like to think of things as obstacles all the time. I like to think of them as challenges to be solved and problems to be dealt with. Well, I worked really hard, and I think that working hard and making money for your hard work, that was another thing that I also discovered as an entrepreneur, that it's all well and good to work really hard, but you must be compensated for your hard work. And not be greedy about it, but be compensated fairly, and that when you look at the end of the month that you actually have some money in the bank that you could invest or reinvest in your business, that you have actually succeeded in being a good business person as well, and you can pay your associates and your colleagues well. You can really actually see that a business is forming, that a business is being created, that you are actually being productive.
I've tried to figure out why it happens to a person, because I feel that I'm the same person that I've always been. I have grown and become probably smarter in my work and developed and built a business that's growing and growing and growing. But I'm basically the same person. My likes are the same. My tastes may have gotten a little better or a little bit more educated, but I always say, I always get up and I clean out the kitty litter. I make sure everybody's home, all the animals. I go down through the garden and prune and pick and do all those things. I keep grounded. And by keeping grounded, you can then see very clearly what's happened to you. Because the subject matter that I am really spending my time on has become an acceptable subject matter. Living, lifestyle, family is now in the forefront of interest in America. And I've just stuck with it. I mean, I've been doing this for years, and I've never got angry. I never said, listen, I'm fighting for this subject. That wasn't my point. My point was to continue working in a subject matter, knowing full well that finally it would be recognized as a viable subject once again. Well, for me, it's a dedication to your real interest. It's an ability to be open-minded. Without an open-minded mind, you can never be a great success. The great artists have been open-minded, even though they may seem like Picasso to be very directed. You can be directed and open-minded at the same time. I think you have to be really intensely serious about your work, but not so serious that you can't see the lightness that may also involve your life. You have to have that lightness too. You have to not be so heavy-handed and so ostentatious. It's very important not to be. I live in the same house I've lived in for 25 years. I haven't gone off and bought mansions, even though my subject is living. Living in a mansion wouldn't do for my readers. I have to keep my credibility alive with my readers. So we're in the same place. I just make that place nicer and nicer. And that's a secret. And people don't know that. People think, oh, she lives in this fabulous place. It's the same old place. It started out like a farm. It got to be a farmette. Then it got to be an estatelet. I built a wall. It helped a lot. But it's the same place, the same grounded nature. And as I evolve, I hope my readers evolve. I hope my viewers evolve. And also, I think it's very important that whatever you're trying to make or sell or teach has to be good, basically good. A bad product, and you know what? You won't be here in 10 years. You might be rich, you might be famous, but you're not going to be here in 10 years.